Okay.
Hi there, and welcome back to the Red Star Rugby League channel and CKM Red as well, or the app, wherever you're watching from. We have been experiencing some slight technical difficulties, so appreciated for your patience there. I'm, of course, joined by Dennis Chengai, Red Star Centre Utility. How are you doing, mate?
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm doing great right now. How are you?
No, I'm very well, thank you, mate. We are Stefan Nikolic. Nikats is trying to join the broadcast studio. He's experiencing some technical difficulties as well. Just add him in. How are you doing, mate? Can you hear us now?
Still can't hear you guys. Sorry.
No, not a problem, mate. But yeah, after some technical difficulties, we're going to try our best to persevere and push through. We've got a lot of rugby league to talk you through today. Of course, you got Partizan taking on the South region, got ourselves taking on the Dorcol Tigers, and you've got Radnički Niš taking on Novi Beograd. Novi Beograd and Radnički Niš will be live as part of a double header tomorrow on Sportsflick, and Partizan versus South region will also be on demand there. So head over, make sure you're not missing any of the action. So first things first, we're going to talk around Partizan versus the South region. Obviously, that game won't be live, but it will be getting played today with a 7:45 kickoff over in Montenegro. Dennis, you've been out there, you've played the South region. They're a big side out there, and Partizan are also a pretty big mobile unit as well. So there's going to be some big bodies on that field, mate.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. I mean, Partizan is really strong, and they show that. I mean, they won last 2 games or 3 games against us, so they got a long way. And South region is just starting, so it's going to be a fun game to watch, for sure.
It is going to be. There's going to be a lot of big units on that pitch. Partizan, of course, Steva Stevanovic, Vladimir Milutinovic. They've got them big boys, them mobile units.
Big props to the call from Union guys. They're really big and strong.
Yeah, and Partizan currently the league leaders, as you said. They've managed to get a couple wins against us this season as well, which it's unfamiliar territory for Red Star. It's not something that we've experienced, getting beaten in Serbia for a long time, and now there's a little bit of a tide turn there.
Yeah, well, that just gets the game interesting. At least for me, we have to try harder and do better than them. So yeah.
Yeah, well, it was a close game last time out. What was it, 32-26, and Red Star losing a man
for 1 try. Yeah, we lost a man. Like first we got the yellow card, and then the same man got the red card. So yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah, and but discipline is a big part of the game, and we invite any comments as well. So if any of you are watching and want to get involved in the conversation, drop us a comment, give us your thoughts on Partizan versus the South region today. As well, some big news coming out of the South region is that there will be a fair few new arrivals coming into their camp. So they've managed to recruit 6 players from out in Tivat in Tirana, Albania. So they're going to have 6 Albanian internationals joining their ranks, and that's going to be really interesting to see, especially if they opt to keep them on and come on and play against other teams as well. So, I mean, let's be honest here. Serbia is becoming a big development hub. You've seen the signings from Turkey coming over and playing for Radnički Novi Beograd. You've now got the Albanian boys linking up in Montenegro, playing for the South region. There's so many different nationalities and cultures now in the league, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. And I mean, the more they bring, the better. Like, rugby league is going to evolve even further then, and it's going to be a bigger challenge. So yeah, I'm up for it. Just bring players and make better games. Make teams better, and then automatically they will get better. Like, playing each other.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I couldn't agree more. And
plus, it will help the rugby league in Albania too. I mean, and in Turkish, like bringing those guys here playing. Like, I mean, Serbia is still on the higher level than the other countries, so they're going to go back home with bigger experience and make their rugby league also better, and so on and so on. Just making each other better.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, mate. The standard of European rugby league is going to continue to jump in the next few months, because I mean, you get those players coming in from Turkey, they go back, they take what they've learned here, they train up their players around them. Suddenly the standard starts getting better. The same in Albania as well. The guys over at Tirana were meant to be playing in the Greek competition this year, but obviously due to COVID, they're not able to do that. So they've managed to find a new way to develop their talent, and that's great to see that they're still sticking with that, because it'd be very easy for a lot of teams just to decide that it's not for them and maybe try again in a few years' time when things look a little easier. Yeah,
I mean, it's good that they stick with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, how do you predict that this game will go? We've just got Nick Katz joining us again. Can you hear us now, mate?
This is a stitch up. It must be a stitch up.
Unfortunately, it looks like Nick Katz won't be able to join us today for this one, which is a real shame, because it'd been great to get his thoughts on the Partizan situation, as well as the Dorcol Tigers game a little bit tomorrow. But what's your score predictions for Partizan versus Southern Region?
Well, Partizan is gonna win with big difference still, but I mean, South Region is still unexperienced. They're union players; they haven't used to league plays and stuff like that. So, and Partizan got much better, so it's gonna be maybe 60-10, something like that.
I was thinking 60 points to 12 in favour of Partizan. I don't think it's going to be a complete blowout. We saw ourselves, the guys in the Southern Region, they can play. They're not rugby league, inexperienced in a way that it means that they're just completely incapable. They've got good players. They have few really good players,
full back and was it half back or?
Yeah, they had a really good playing half. They had their hooker as well. If they just learn to play the ball up a little quicker, they get that distribution out the back of the play the ball. They're going to be really good in just a few years' time. But they are going to be a force to be reckoned with. But Partizan, I see Partizan taking the win here. Probably about 60 points to 12. I think the Southern Region get on the score sheet. Yeah. So we'll go to our game now. We'll talk about a topic we're a little bit more familiar with: Red Star versus Dorcol, live tomorrow at 5 p.m. Serbian time. So that one is going to be live on Sportsflick. That's going to be the game after Radnički Niš versus Radnički Novi Beograd. I mean, the Dorcol Tigers brought the game to us last time that they played. They, a few ex-Red Star players put their hand up and put in a big shift. Velibor Srećković, Nick Katz as well, and Nikša Unković, all former Red Star players. I mean, what's your thoughts on this game?
Well, it's gonna be a fun game for sure. We are all friends. Half of their team I play with them, for juniors national team, or we train whole life together. So it's gonna be a really fun game. It's always a fun game against them. I mean, we are gonna win, of course. No questions asked.
No,
but it's gonna be a really fun game. They have good players. Those players that I played in junior national team with them, they were really good players. Stefan Vukanović, Dalibor's younger brother, and they have Andre Mora. They have a lot of those players that are really good. I mean, they stopped training for some times, and that can be seen, but still, they can come back.
Yeah,
be better than before.
Yeah, and they got the Simovic brothers as well. Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Those youngster brothers, they're really good.
Yeah,
And they're
another few years.
They're both props, or one is maybe second rows, or
Yeah, I think one plays in the second row, one plays
they're
prop.
good. They're still young. They're strong. So you can see that they're trying.
Yeah,
Now they also have Boccia, Velibor Srećković, who is a good player, played for us, and it's going to be fun.
Velibor's very strong. I remember when he scored that second try. When he scored that second try, he made a comment to Manak, who was on commentary that day, and said, "That's it, no more tries from me, because otherwise the boys won't play Call of Duty with me anymore."
Yeah, we play sometimes.
Yeah, but no, it's great to see that rivalry aside, everybody's friends off the pitch, and Velibor was involved in the setup for a while, and now obviously playing out of Dorcol, and again, just a real talent, really strong player. He's freakishly strong.
Yeah, he is really strong. Like, his arms are enormous.
His offload for me. His offload and his fend every single time. As soon as you see him holding that ball in one hand, you know that there's going to be a fend.
He just stops, set up his hand, and just starts going with fend offs.
Yeah, he's a real strong talent, is Velibor, and the playing off players like Nikolic, who've got that experience, and Nikša Unković as well. Again, players that we know very well, players that know our system and some of our play as well. Having that insight is going to really set up Dorcol to be able to better understand how we're going to come out and play, and potentially try and shut down some of those players on the edges and open up some play for themselves.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Something went wrong. Can you repeat?
No. Yeah, I was just saying that having players like Nikolic and Nikša Unković in the halves really gives a better understanding of how Red Star play.
Yeah, I mean they're experienced players. They're playing rugby league for like 13 years or something, like 14 years, and they played for us. So they know how we work, they know how we function, and they can make good plays too. So, yeah. But we also have a backup now.
Yeah, we got young Ferguson.
Yeah, who is really good. Like, his game knowledge is really good, and he's a strong fit guy.
Yeah, Fergus has been really impressive since coming over. We saw little bits of him against Partizan and a little bit of what he can do. But now I believe that he's shook off a little bit of a hamstring strain now. He's feeling fit, feeling back to his best, and we're probably going to see a lot of Fergus's running game against Dorcol, and we're going to get to really see him explode into the backfield.
Yeah, we'll practice on our training sessions. He is ready.
Yeah.
And he will have no mercy against Dorcol.
Okay, so you're already predicting a Fergus Simpson try for that game, are you?
At least one try, yeah.
At least one, okay. Okay, it's a shame you can't bet on these markets, because otherwise that'd be worth a few dollars. Yeah, but
I'm not a gambler.
No, but if you were, what would your score prediction for tomorrow be?
Well, maybe 100-0, maybe 200-0. I don't know. Maybe 250. Time will tell. No, just kidding. Well, maybe like 70-4 or 6 or something like that.
Okay. So you're thinking big scoreline. Yourself to get a hat trick.
This is my ego talking.
But no.
It's gonna be less than that. Yeah, maybe 50-12, something like that.
Yeah, I think the last time that we played each other earlier in the year, it was 54-16 the final score, or 54-10 it might have been. But
54-10, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Radibor
50-50
scored 2
Boston.
tries.
Yeah. So I think I'm thinking that it will probably be a high-end 40s, low-end 50s, like a 52-16, something like that. I think they've probably got a few more tries in them. I think you winding them up and saying that it'll be 200-0 probably will make make them come out and want to score some more points.
Yeah, well, the last time we played, was it the first time we played against them, or
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so-
it'll have been the second time.
the second time?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we played at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Last time we got them they were a little surprised and like lost themselves on the field. I hope they will be better this time. Like, keep calm and
Yeah, agreed, mate. And we'll talk over our final game then, and then I will leave you to your Saturday afternoon. It is Radnički Nice versus Radnički Novi Beograd. A really important game in the grand scheme of things in the table, because obviously we're getting to the point where the table starts to split, and one team will, teams will start to drop down into the second division, and the rest of the teams will then go into the championship rounds and the playoffs. And if Dorcol Tigers don't win against us, and Radnički Novi Beograd can't get a win against Nice, you've got to say that it looks like Radnički Nice probably take third place.
Well, about that game, New Belgrade versus Radnički Niš, that's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a close call. Like, I think that, Radnički Niš has they're really good now. They have a few good players, and they have young players that are gonna be good, giving them some time. But New Belgrade, they have like some experienced players, older team. So it's gonna be a tough call, and it's gonna be a close game.
Yeah. Novi Beograd have been a bit of a surprising team this year. They stuck with Partizan for a lot of their game, despite dropping down to about 11 players at one point. Even when they played against us, that was a closer game than the scoreline would lead you to believe. Like, Novi Beograd are becoming a real tough team to play against, and they're showing a lot of heart in these games. And there's a lot to play for. Novi Beograd are not out of the conversation for third spot or fourth spot yet.
Yeah, and they also have like those two Turkish guys that came that are good.
Yep.
So maybe I'll call it that New Belgrade is gonna win that. But where are they playing, in Niš or?
I believe it may be in Niche. I'm not 100% on that one. All details should be on Sportsflick if you do want to check for that. But if it is in Nice, I'd probably say that Radnički Nice maybe edge out a win there. 10 points,
field.
no more. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's not a short trip either from New Belgrade to Nice. What, 3 hours?
That field in Niš is specific field. Like, it's smaller than a lot of fields, so you have to play a different game there. Like, it's a lot more straight running and not so much of overlapping of fast hands.
Yeah, it'll just be a real tough up the middle game, which suits both of these teams because they're both quite big sides and they like to play up the middle. We see that when we play them ourselves, and but yeah, I don't see there being more than 10 points in this, like 38-28 or like a 26-16, something like that.
Yeah, I think the same. But for who? Who are you calling it?
I'm going to say Radnički Nice. I'm going to say that Nice to take the win here.
Then I'm going to say, wait, Niš won against Dorcol Tigers.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah.
And in the last minute try, last second. I will call it on New Belgrade.
Okay, we'll split on this one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll drop you a message after the game to let you know that I won. But I think that'll do us there. We've gone through all the games. We've given our previews and predictions. unfortunately we weren't able to get Nick Katz in due to some technical difficulties, but we hope you've enjoyed the show regardless. And thank you, Dennis, for joining me. If you have enjoyed this, leave a like and leave a comment and let us know.
Yeah, well, it was nice being here.
No, thanks a lot, mate.
I know something about rugby.
No, you've done a great job, mate. You were a last second call up to the squad, but no, you've done your part, mate, and it's greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Matt.
No, right. No, well, thank you for joining us wherever you've joined us from, and we will see you next week as we preview next week's games. We'll see you then. Bye.
Okay, see ya. Bye.
Bye.